If you take even a quick look at the Nofap community, you will see hundreds and hundreds of testimonies of guys all over the world claiming that Nofap has completely cured them of their social anxiety. But the question is why? Why would a person actually be calmer in social settings just by not watching pornography? Why would not playing with your friend literally rewire your brain, thus eradicating social anxiety? There isn't much clear and cut evidence online showing the relationship between PMO and social anxiety, so I figured a solution is in place. So simply put, there are two main reasons why this seems to happen. The first reason is a rewiring and chemical rebalance of the brain. I'm sure you guys are well aware of the damage that PMO does to the dopamine levels, but here's a quick recap of what it does just in case you don't. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter in the brain that is responsible for seeking out reward. It's the thing that makes you crave sex, go to the gym, or crave a Krispy Kreme donut. Simply put, it provides us with the motivation to get things done. However, when we PMO, dopamine is shot up to levels similar to heroin. But unlike heroin, you can PMO all day if you wanted to with another couple of clicks without fear of overdose. So when the brain is presented with ultra high levels of dopamine, your brain tries to maintain homeostasis by reducing the total number of dopamine receptors, thus lowering our dopamine levels. So, what does this even mean for social anxiety? Well, low dopamine levels have been shown to cause attention deficits, confusion, brain fog, depression, fatigue, lack of motivation, but most importantly, low dopamine has been shown to be a direct correlation with social anxiety. So, after that whole fiasco happens, a hormone called prolactin goes through the roof because levels of dopamine and prolactin have an inverse relationship. Prolactin is a hormone produced in your pituitary gland. High levels of prolactin makes you feel slow and demotivated, and in a nutshell makes you feel content with life, even if you're a loser. But most importantly, it has been shown to be one of the main causes of anxiety and social anxiety in people. To make this chemical disaster even worse in your brain, low levels of dopamine have been shown to lower testosterone. The side effects of low testosterone are low sex drive, low libido, hair loss, harder to gain muscle, lower energy, but of course, lo and behold, low testosterone has been shown to cause social anxiety. So after taking all of this into consideration, it is a no-brainer why people who masturbate on a regular basis suffer from social anxiety. PMO causes low dopamine causes social anxiety. Low dopamine triggers high prolactin, and high prolactin causes social anxiety. Low dopamine causes low testosterone, and low testosterone causes, you guessed it, social anxiety. If we asked a scientist right now to create a serum that would guarantee social anxiety in the people that would take it, he would just say to masturbate every other day. The second reason why PMO causes social anxiety is not necessarily scientifically backed, but makes perfect sense when we take a step back and look at it at a pragmatic standpoint. Okay, so when we look at pornography and orgasm, our dopamine levels spike, followed by a crash. We have established that already. So when your dopamine levels are shot down, we have little to no motivation to talk to real people. And why should we when we could get 10 times the dopamine release by staying home and pressing a few buttons? But once we remove the option of PMO in our lives, our brain starts to crave and actually demand forms of natural dopamine release. And lo and behold, that's when we actually desire real human interactions instead of saying lame excuses like I'm busy or I gotta do a thing. This desire to socialize literally grabs us by the balls and makes us talk to people to satisfy that dopamine craving. Oh, and by the way, what happens when we socialize more? We get better at it, and the thought of interacting with people seems not that scary as before. What a surprise. So, by removing the option of PMO in our lives, our brain virtually forces us to socialize more. And the more we socialize, the more it becomes another thing we just do.